Hello, everybody. Welcome to your week ahead energy reading for the Mind, Body, Soul Transformation Collective. I have spent a bit of time sitting with the energy. I don't know. Week on week on week, we're having such huge energetic shifts, and I'm not even quite sure how to explain with words. It really feels like we're in a moment of time right now that is bringing a lot to the surface. Not just truths, but deep-seated emotions, energies, shadows, patterns, whatever it is. It's all being brought up, stirred is the word that was coming through in my meditation, which, fits given we're in eclipse season. But my golly, it's a lot. I've pulled a couple of charms. I got 2 hearts together, so we'll see if these relate to the energy that comes through. A dragon. I felt very strong dragon energy in my meditation when I connected to Mother Earth, and a butterfly, which to me is transformation. After I pulled those charms, 2 other charms stood out to me in my little thing that they're all sitting in. One was an owl and one was an angel. So let's see. I'm starting with the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. I heard Shaman as I was meditating, and that fits very much with Virgo energy right now too. We've got the Virgo new moon at 29 degrees, solar eclipse coming up this week, closing out the second Virgo new moon. Virgo energy is all about health, healing, organization, kind of structure. And so it's not surprising to me that shaman kind of energy is coming through with that healing piece there. Really, I'm doing a lot of shuffling. Anyway, let's see what wants to come through. Thank you, Spirit. Messages that are, I don't know if that one wants to come out. Yeah. Messages that are of the light and for the best and highest good of all for the week ahead. 1, 2, 3. Looks like we're starting off with just 1. Bottom of the deck, empty well, time to replenish. And the card that came out was Watches, transpersonal. Okay, we're going to have a look in the book for this. Watches, serendipity, the observer, witness, transpersonal. When watches appear, it is an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you, simply observe. Watches show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think that you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and actions of others. Let it be for a short while, as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watchers invite you to break free from the linear, casual pace of the petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious ways, requiring only a sacred witness. Wow. I feel like that is such a powerful message for us in this moment in time where there is chaos happening around us, likely in our own lives, but certainly on the collective level. And the idea of we can observe all that's happening, but don't have to get caught up in trying to control it or respond to it, or even to some degree make sense of it. Let's keep our focus on the horizon, on what we're wanting to see on the horizon, and working towards manifesting and creating that with our actions, with our conscious awareness, with our energy each and every day. I was just looking up the biblical reference to watches too, because immediately came to me, which is surprising because I have not read that part of the Bible, so I'm not sure where that came from. But anyway, in Daniel 4:17, it talks about King Nebuchadnezzar's dream of a great tree that's cut down at the command of a heavenly being, thought to be an angel, referred to as a watcher. And this passage is speaking to the king being humbled, stripped of his power, through the rule of God, basically. And I've just worked with chat a little bit on this particular piece, and basically it's speaking to this situation that happens to this king being assigned to all of humanity, a reminder that earthly power is temporary and fragile and always under God's sovereignty, that kings may think they rule, but God appoints and removes them. God alone is the true kingmaker. Authority is a gift, not an entitlement, and it can be transferred at any time. It just feels like there's something there, probably on the world stage, but maybe within your life too, that you might see people that held some kind of power that shifting in some way. And I think we know this is coming in, again, both on the world stage and just generally. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to keep going with this deck and just see if there's anything else that wants to come through. For some reason, I wanted to look at the top of the deck. It's the Lost Compass card, getting back to integrity. And that's why the shift in power needs to happen. So I think there's a message there in what I was saying to begin with this card, what we read from this card around. We can either get caught up in this chaos and wanting to control it when we see all of this happening, but we just kind of need to trust in what's playing out, that the masks are going to fall. They're already falling. Again, that feels like in your individual life, and maybe some of these are your masks as things come up to the surface and need to be looked at. The things that you've kept hidden from others or even hidden from yourself are going to be hard to ignore. But I definitely am feeling this on the world stage. Right use of power on the bottom of the deck. Crown Games. Interesting. Last one. 1, 2, and 3. Stranger Curiosity, bottom of the deck. Interesting. And then 2 cards came out. The first was Spirit of the River, movement towards adventure. And Repairing the Veil, forgiveness. I saw this when we were first shuffling as well. Repairing the Veil. Similar message for this one. The Spirit of the River invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time for you to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. Focus on the horizon. Don't get caught up in this situation that we were just talking about. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting, as situations in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this, step back, trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at the moment. When this card appears, it's time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is that you are holding on to, The feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should or could be can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. And then repairing the veil. Between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and we believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. Isn't this speaking to the moment in time? Oh, so many emotions coming in. We assume that our thoughts and our feelings are our own. We see our bodies and the objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. The veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we can at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just by those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and your own liberty, as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with the newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. Yes, 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 yes. That is the future we need to be focusing on right now, is moving from love and meeting in the middle of all of these ways in which we've been divided. That really the powers that we were talking about before have created that division. And we just need to surrender to whatever they are going through. It's almost feeling like those powers are currently in a battle with the holy. And that will play out as it needs to. There is forces beyond our control managing that. Our role right now is to get into our hearts and come together and repair the divisions that have been created between us. Wow. Now I understand this card. It's that curiosity to meet strangers in the middle. People that you once thought as them, people that you see as strangers, that you don't understand, that you might have previously judged, whatever it is. Get curious. Oh my goodness. Beautiful energy. Okay, I feel like that's the collective message for this week. I'm now going to move on to the individual message. And that is collective, but you've got a role to play, as I've just articulated. We're going to start with the Sacred Symbols Oracle. Power sitting at the bottom. Funny, given we're just thinking about that. All right, Spirit, we're going to go on to individual messages for those that need to receive it for the week ahead. Whew. Thank you. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Thanks, Spirit. Week ahead. What was that? That was grounded. That nearly flipped out. New life. Vibing on my fingers at the bottom of the deck. Thank you. Anything else? 1, 2, 3. Protection, bottom of the deck. Just one card out, which is boundaries. So pretty similar message to that at the bottom of the deck. Immediately with this card, I'm getting kind of similar message to that collective message of stop letting the energy of what's happening around you right now affect you. Like I'm seeing 7 of Wands in my mind of really needing to stay grounded in your own energy and set boundaries around anything that's pulling you into chaos, out of what you're meant to be focusing on right now, out of your heart, out of your joy, out of your passion. Yeah, boundaries are feeling like they're going to be really important. All right, we're going to move on to the tarot. Going to Wild Reflections. Split to the Devil. And Six of Swords. I feel like there's something about this new moon, particularly being at 29 degrees, which is the energetic degree. Yeah, Devil and the Star. So we're absolutely closing out a chapter. That's the last degree in the zodiac for Virgo. And so there is something about really needing to think about what you're going to take into this next chapter, and boundaries play a role there to make sure that you are releasing what no longer serves you. What's that? Wheel of Fortune. And the Emperor. Wow. All right, thank you, Spirit. What do you want us to know? What do you want us to know? Week ahead for the Mind, Body, Soul Transformation Collective. Tell us more about this boundaries piece first. What do you want us to know about this boundaries piece? Ten of Wands, putting down the burdens, leaving what no longer serves you behind. Temperance and the World at the bottom of the deck. Divine guidance, balance, closing out a chapter. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. Interesting. We might be about to get that love message that with the hearts that came through. Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, Judgment. Yeah, I feel like there's a really difficult chapter with the Ten of Swords here that you're about to release quite quickly, quicker than you would have ever thought was possible. And it's the energy of this eclipse season that's helping you with that, to set those boundaries and say no more, and to move on from it with the Judgment card here. Knight of Swords is that quick moving energy I was talking about. And then, as I said, I've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This could be a partnership coming together. They're not of the same ilk. And the way I've put them down is neither of them are looking at each other. In fact, the King of Cups is looking away from her. So I've got them like this. So I feel like if this is a partnership coming in, and I will try and clarify that now, the feminine, yeah, they're both just going about their own business, really. Can you tell us more about the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands here, please, Spirit? Four of Swords, doing their own healing, rest and recovery. I saw the Hermit before as well. Anything else? The Hierophant. Well, thank you. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Temperance back. The Hierophant, the Temperance, and the High Priestess. Holy moly. Okay. This is a very spiritual connection coming in. And I just split to the Two of Cups. So I was just questioning in my mind if this was an actual partnership. And it doesn't have to be romantic, but I think for many of you, this could be romantic in some way. So as I said, I got the Four of Swords out, which is healing, rest, recovery. It's the chapter that comes after the heartbreak of the Three of Swords. And we've had the Ten of Swords. So you've like very quickly closed out a really challenging chapter, or you're about to. And you are on your own journey right now of kind of just the recovery of that, of pulling back your energy and resting. And there's something that I feel like with the High Priestess coming out, you can intuitively feel that there is something coming in for you, but you don't quite know what that's going to look like. We've got the High Priestess, the Temperance, which we had before, Balance, Divinely Guided. Hierophant can be a marriage card. It's traditional structures, traditional commitment, something to do with tradition. Taurus energy as well. But even with how these cards are, you can intuitively feel this, but you don't need to be doing anything right now. You need to be focusing on your own journey, really, is what's coming through there. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Is there anything else you want us to know for the week ahead? There's something just trying to come through there. Let me just... Hanged Man. And there's a card that I can't see yet. 6 of Pentacles. There's something about this is a balanced, reciprocal give and take. But I'm also getting there receiving in areas that you have previously felt lack. There's something coming in to an area that you have, been feeling lack around. It is coming in. And with the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck, what's underneath that? Ace of Pentacles. It's coming in. But maybe it's coming in a way that 3 of Wands, which is usually you expecting something on the horizon. I think it's coming in a way you're not expecting. And that may go back to this connection card. Ace of Wands. There's something unexpected about this. So it might be this connection comes together in an unexpected way, or it might be something else is coming in, but it really takes you by surprise is kind of what's coming through there. That's definitely what you've been longing for and wishing for. We had the 9 of Pentacles before, and I just saw that again sticking out the bottom of the deck. You might still have, where'd that go? 9 of Wands. You might still have some resistance to this. So I'd have a think about those areas, particularly with this boundaries piece and this new moon energy, and releasing what no longer serves us, creating space for what it is that we actually want to come in. I'd have a sit with what that is that you're wanting and where the resistance lives within you. There's something about needing to release that and release the expectations around what that might look like. Death and rebirth at the bottom. It's an interesting depiction of that. Like there's chaos all around him. So it might have something to do with that collective energy that you're being asked not to get caught up in and just surrender. Because even if it feels like there's no way this could come in right now, it is coming. Because everything's coming back into balance. Power's coming back into balance. Abundance is coming back into balance. Love is coming back into balance. And those that have been moving from their hearts in all of those areas are being rewarded for that. Emperor, Divine Masculine, Lovers. Wow. Wow. Okay, closing message. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Closing message for the week ahead. Knight of Cups. He's playing chess. Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Six of Wands. And the Star again. And the Fool. I'll show you this Knight of Cups. And then I'm going to try and see what it is that's coming through here. It's something about your next move. Moving from your heart, definitely. And maybe that's it. Each move needs to be from your heart. Not from fear. Like that chaos piece of not getting caught up. Not moving from fear. I feel like, again, there's that resistance piece that I was talking about before. Where is resistance showing up that's going to stop this from coming in? Some of that's going to be built in fear or the narrative or beliefs that you've been told or are currently being told around your safety and security and stability is kind of what's coming through there. Chills as I'm saying this. So that's my sign I'm on the right track. So the message here is you're still in the game, and this is coming in for you. But to win this game, almost to move forward onto the next level, maybe to ascend, depending on what framing you're putting this through, you need to be moving from your heart. You need to be moving from your heart. That will see the opposition move out of your way. And we've got Queen of Cups, which is definitely understanding, like being in your body, feeling what you're feeling to allow you to do exactly that. That will bring in the success. I think on all levels, I'm seeing this now on the individual level and the collective level. Going back to the collective message of repairing our veil, of winning against the other team, the powers that have not been of the light. But also with this Knight of Cups here, he's playing the dark chess pieces. So I'm getting something there around your shadow. I don't know why I'm shuffling 3 cards. I'm getting something there around your shadow. Like with everything that's coming to the surface, it's bringing light to the shadow parts of yourself. And there's something about, there's something about those shadow parts of you being how you now maneuver through the world, how you know how to play this game, and how almost it's like it's your winning strategy to embrace the parts of you that you have previously suppressed. Well, that's a beautiful message. All right, I'm going to wrap that one up there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if it resonates. If it did, please like and share with others that you think might resonate with this message. And if you want to book your own personal reading, you can do so on my website, mindbodysoulalchemy.com.au. Thanks, everyone. Bye.